All right, I'm going to share with you the agency ads creation formula that's made over $10 million in revenue for me and has allowed me to scale my agency to multi-seven figures. And not just do that, but help multiple agencies get to 7 and 8 figures. And not only that, automate my agency, but now I work directly in the marketing department of 8, 9, and 10 figure brands where I personally run their ads for them. So everything that I'm going to share with you over here is absolutely guaranteed to help you make more sales if you're running meta ads right now as an agency. And if you're not getting sales right now because of your ads, here might be the reason why, okay? You don't have a big idea. All right, so I'm going to break down exactly what that means and exactly how you can leverage this to scale your agency, travel around the world like I did, raise my wife and kids now in Panama, and I've been doing this for the last 10 years. Okay, so let's dive in. Big ideas. This is my claim to fame. I didn't create the term, but this is what I used in order to scale. Okay, so first things first, what's a big idea? The biggest thing over here is that it's going to be something different. Okay, I'm going to argue that most marketing looks exactly the same. It sounds the same, it looks the same, so most prospects, when they see it, they're going to think this is the same. So how do we break through that? I'm going to go over that in just one second. But firstly, the thing that we have to recognize over here is that people want to feel emotion. And the best way to elicit emotion is by creating something that speaks directly to primarily what they want, whether that's a fear of theirs that they want solved or whether that's a desire that they have, okay? And so in the world of big ideas is a third element that I want to introduce over here, and this is what we would call a unique mechanism, but really what we want to do with this is we want to inspire hope. Okay, hope of what? That they're actually going to be able to solve their problem because of this new, novel, different, big, magical thing that has the solution, right? I'll take a bit of a tangent over here, right? Have you ever been in a relationship and you fell in love with someone and you were head over heels? It's probably because you felt like they would give you something that no one else could, that you would feel some type of way that no one else could ever make you feel. Now, if you've ever broken up with that individual, you realize that no one can give that to you because it's just an illusion. Now, am I saying over here that we want to create an illusion? No. But the thing is that when we live in a world where everyone is what we would call sophisticated, especially in the marketing, let me just spell this out for I already spelled it wrong. Sophisticated, whatever. You understand the word. Sophisticated meaning they've already heard all the promises, right? They've already heard the guarantees, they've already heard the offers, they've already heard the volume that they're going to get. They're sophisticated, they've heard it all. So what we need to do is we need to help them see that no, there's still hope. Okay, and I'm going to break down exactly how we can do all this with big ideas. So let's go first with different, all right? One of the things that, for example, Dollar Shave Club did very, very well was said, we have effing good razors, right? So this was a bold take on razors, which is something that's very boring. It's very meh. And they made shaving cool again, right? And when we have ads that are ultimately saying the same thing, doing the same thing, sounding the same, we get mental opt-out. So how do we avoid mental opt-out? Okay? So one of the things that, for example, when we run meta ads, when we say that to our prospects, we don't want to say that. You know, we could say something like, what we do instead is we hijack meta to pump out 10, 20, appointments per day without you lifting a finger. Sounds different. We're getting somewhere now. I'm not saying I'll necessarily use that, but you're getting the point over here, right? Hijacking meta. That's a new, novel, different idea. Well, how are you hijacking meta? Right? And how are you doing it without you having to lift a finger? Right? Imagine we said something along the lines of this: fire your front desk. Fire your front desk. Why? Because once you realize this sales machine that we're going to come and install into your business, you're going to want to fire them because they suck. And we're doing everything for you. So all you can do is focus on sales. It's different. It's new. It's novel. You could have an ad that basically says this: leads. Cross that out. We focus on revenue. Ching. And then get into how we do that. New, novel, different. Because a lot of people are just sick and tired of the lead gen promises. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm getting to over here is that we want to inspire this emotion of ultimately like excitement. They want to be surprised. We want to shake them out of their complacency. That's what a big idea is. All right? M&M's, the candy. We don't melt in your hands. We melt in your mouth, solving the problem of candy being messy, sticky, right? Novel, new, different, creates billion-dollar companies. And this can absolutely be applied in the world of marketing. Too many marketers are stuck in the rut of, I just got to follow what everyone is promising. I've got to follow what everyone is doing and saying. But it's such a pity, because if you truly believe in your fulfillment, you truly believe in your product, you should be able to say something that's ultimately different to everyone else. So the next thing I want to go over here is the unique mechanism. I talk about this an awful lot if you see my YouTube videos, and I'll say it again over here, right? The thing is that people want something new, novel, different that's going to inspire hope. And so if what we have is our automated system to get you more leads, I've heard of that. Our get patients program, mental opt-out. I've already seen that. I've already heard that. Okay. Can I talk about the new patient flywheel? Okay. I'm blanking right now, but let's brainstorm some mechanisms over here, right? Let's do that right now. So a mechanism, for example, could be something that ultimately sounds like what it does. Yes, I remember one that I just created a few days ago. I have a credit card company, well, not a credit card company, it's a card terminal provider in the UK that is competing against Square and a bunch of other banks, doing a few $100 million. And they came and they said, hey, look, we want to be able to sell more card terminals, but it's so saturated, everyone has a card terminal already. So what we did is we created a mechanism called Lightning Pay. Lightning Pay terminals. See, it sounds like the thing that it does. It gets you paid in lightning speed, because one of the things that most merchants or store owners don't like about their card machines is that it takes forever for them to get paid out when a customer transacts with them. And the other pain point they have is that the transaction rates are really high. Whereas with this card machine, it's a next day settlement on the money and the transaction fee is just one. So with these big ideas, what I've been able to do in my agency is generate tens of millions of dollars in revenue, because I'm constantly thinking about how I can articulate the thing that ultimately the prospect wants in a different way, in a novel way, in an arresting way, and it's something that's going to shake them out of complacency. And if you haven't seen my video on how to create scroll stopping ads that actually turn people from like zombies doom scrolling into actual people that engage with your ad, you got to check it out. If you want to join the free school community where we break down ads, we will go over your ads for free every single week. You can also get on one-on-one with me, then join the school community, SMMA fraternity. It's in the description or the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.